Hey, you're Steve Morris Engines. I am Steve. This is the All Freedom engine. This is what we are going to be giving away to the average guy that can put this thing in anything. Not boosted, not EFI. This is old school. Put it in anything you want, from your pickup truck to your box body Mustang to your Camaro to whatever you want. Just something rock solid, high quality, all American Freedom made right here. So let's start this out with the block. Now we're starting out with this Dart iron Big M block. We've already gone through and we've done all the machine work on this. We've already decked it down to size, bored this to size. This is 4560 bore because we've made this a 555 cubic inch motor with a 4 1/4 inch crank. We're going to show you absolutely everything that's going in this and how you build this engine, along with all the parts that we use from companies like Dart, CP Carrillo, Engine Pro, let's see here, Morel, all sorts of manufacturers all the way through there. And we will give you everything right through there and show you the entire build. So we've already got this machine. We're going to take this thing over. This is a 4-bolt main cap. Obviously, all Big M darts are. This still has a 842 lifter. So 842 lifters mean that it has a stock diameter lifter. This will be a solid roller engine, but made for pump gas, drive around. The camshaft that we designed for this is specific for endurance, drive it on pump gas, can make 800 horsepower plus, and just drive it anywhere you want and have fun with it. So 842 lifter. This is a standard deck, so it's not a raised deck, so it's 9,800 deck height. 4560 bore, the 4 1/4 inch stroke crankshaft. You can see here, we just have all the paint on it. Basically just came out of the machine. You see this next one that's up in there, and so Kyle's going to go back. He's going to start putting the cam bearings and soft plugs in this. We've also run through and done a line hone just to verify, make sure that everything is good there. You can see everything in this, right down to the chamfering we do at the bottom of the boards. I mean, all the fine detail work of deburr, chamfer, the bore hone with our surface finish. Everything is just top notch on this deal. And this is an awesome engine for the all the freedom that we have here in the United States of America. So it's awesome. So stay tuned.
Alright guys, you saw me put in our oil passage plugs, our freeze plugs, our cam bearing.
All right, so you've been watching Kyle. He's been working on the assembly side of this and showed you the checking the bearing clearances, the dial indicator, checking the bores on the connecting rods, and then showed you all the assembly. A couple things that you might be picking up is critical things that you always want to measure, and I'll also talk to you about here is checking crankshaft thrust. So that's where we move the crankshaft forward and backwards, and also side clearance on the connecting rod. So a real quick, easy check of things are right in moving is, you see this is moving our side clearance. And I can look at it and tell you it's got about 15 thousandths of side clearance, which is right, 10 to 15 thousandths. And each one of these rods moves freely, is nice. Get down here, yep. So everything is moving nice and back and forward. And then even on the crankshaft, I can move the crankshaft backwards and forwards, and that's probably around 5 thousandths. But that's what you want to be able to feel, is you actually want to be able to grab your crankshaft just like that with everything in it and be able to physically move this crankshaft backward and forward. You'll actually hear a little bit of a clunk. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Let me see. Not sure if you can hear that, but it has a real light little clunk right in there. So everything looks real good here. Has a good rollover, good rolling torque. If we roll this over, we'll also show you this is going to have a multi-layer steel gasket, Cometic gasket. And we'll roll this over and check our top dead center. I'm sorry, not our, our deck clearance, where this piston is on the deck. And so we'll put this up here, and we'll actually go, there's a way of doing this where you rock the piston all the way down, rock the piston all the way up. It's a little complicated, and in general, we can just go right here at the pin boss. Is a nice safe spot to actually do this at. And we'll need to roll this over. Kyle, you got a rollover tool here? We'll go grab a rollover tool and I'll show you how to do this. All right, so we just put it on the degree wheel because the next thing we're going to do is install our camshaft and also our timing chain and gear set, adjustable timing chain gear set from Engine Pro. And what is interesting about this is another made in the USA item, which is always interesting. Love seeing that kind of stuff. Anyways, real good deal here. We'll show you exactly how you degree the camshaft and where to degree this camshaft at. Now, always keep in mind, we have all these parts available in kit form, however you'd like it. We can build this engine for you, or you can get a kit from us and build this engine yourself. Either way you like to do it, we're more than happy to help out with that deal. So, let's go back here to figuring out what our piston to deck clearance is. Let me grab a wrench. All right. So, as it come up, we'll just go right till it stops moving. Now, it is pretty hard to do without having a bridge. So this is called the bridge. So this is a bridge indicator. You can get these from like Summit or Jegs or places like that. I mean, I don't really sell these, so that's where you would get these things. So you'd set this at 0 right there, and that is, let's move this over. So 0 is the deck surface, and I just move this all the way up. So this thing is 15 thousandths in the hole. So now this is all you would go through, and you can check and verify compression ratios. You can set these things up at 0 deck if you want to. I don't ever really bother doing that. There is certain things you can do to help make that extra 5 horsepower. Most all the time, we really don't care. We just want things to be durable, dependable, last, make good, really good horsepower. Okay, so that being 15 thousandths in a hole, plus a our Cometic gasket, which is a let's see, 051 gasket. That would give us 15 plus 51, so 66. That gives us 66 thousandths between the cylinder head and the piston when the gasket is all on, when everything's all together. So that's nice, really good room there. We'll calculate our other compression ratios all basically based off of that. So that all looks real good. Happy with that. Now what we're going to do is we'll set the camera down and show you how we need to check our top dead center as long as we have the bridge out. So we set top dead center on our degree wheel right here. And so Kyle will show them on the degree wheel. So we're going to set our top dead center on our degree wheel. Then we're going to put our indicator in on our number 1 intake lifter, which is this one. And I'll show you how you're going to degree your camshaft. So let's put the camera down. We'll go to that. All right, so you just saw Kyle put everything all together here. So put the camshaft in, put some lube on it, obvious stuff. Something a little bit interesting here. This is why you must check actual camshaft timing or degree. We're actually going to show you how to do that. But there's a dot right there, right? And so you have the dot right there, and then we lined up this dot here, and it's like, hey, there's something wrong here. There's something off because everything's all lined up. Something's off. Well, from the manufacturer of this, they put the outer gear on the inner gear wrong. That little dot right there wasn't lined up with that dot. So if you're just not paying attention, you're just lining up the dots, this thing was like 90 degrees off. It would have just bent the valves in this thing like that. Except I already figured there was something just didn't line up right, and you can just take a look at camshaft and I can see where the lobe's at, and you just get used to looking at all that stuff. And I said, that's not right. There's something wrong here. And our little adjustment thing, where'd that pin go, Kyle? Oh, thank you. And our little adjustment tool wouldn't fit in there either. So it's like, what the heck is going on? So this is some little adjustment tool that they have here. So it goes in that hole right there. This is the other reason why we figured there must be something wrong. It's like, nothing lines up. Why would they give you an adjustment tool that didn't fit? But now it does. So we can loosen up these bolts just like this. Got to loosen these ones up. And I'll show you how this thing turns. So we'll just loosen. All right. And then you can move this, and if you watch, I think, yeah, you see that moving? Or we go this direction. See, the chain's not moving, but the camshaft is. All right. So now we're able to adjust it. Everything's working right. Now we're going to go ahead and show you how to degree a camshaft properly. Okay, so we put all our accessories on here. Number one thing is degree wheel. Now we need to set top dead center first. You need to have some kind of bridge, some kind of indicator here in order to read this. Now you have to have an indicator because when the piston goes over top dead center, it has a few degrees where the piston really moves so minimally it's hard to even detect. Okay, so I get the piston all the way what I think is pretty close to top. We're gonna move the degree wheel just till it says 0, okay? Now, here comes the important part, because this is the exact same thing you do on the camshaft itself. Go backwards until you see this indicator, the piston, go down about 100. The specific number isn't important. What's important is the number's the same that you go up to. So it's down about 100 or right there, okay? And I'm reading, let's go right here. We'll just do it right there, okay? So we're reading 15. Okay, the piston comes up. Then we need it to go all the way back to the same position it was at right there on the other side. So piston comes up, goes all the way down. So we measure it here, here. Okay, so here's the top. So here's top, here's where we're measuring it, top, here's where we're measuring it, and you split the actual difference, okay? So I was 15, now I am 17, so 16 would be the split. All right, so if we want to verify that, let's just turn this backwards, turn it forwards, take a little bit of slop out. So there's our indicator there. We are at 17. Let's go all the way over, all the way back. 16. So just about half a degree off. So we're gonna make it right there. Okay? So now, turning in the correct rotation, because you always have a little bit of slop in your degree wheel. Should be good. So that is, let's just turn it to a new number. We'll go to 10. It's right there. Go back to that same exact number right there, 10. Now I know that my top dead center is exact. Okay, not counting any kind of rock, not any kind of little deflection or anything else. It is exact. Okay, so our top dead center is exact. Really don't even need the bridge anymore. We can just put that over to the side. Now what we're looking at, we need to do the exact same thing on our intake lobe. Okay. Now, can you do, I prefer to do things in intake center line. You buy a camshaft from me, I tell you where to install it on an intake center line. Some people like to do it on the opening, which is fine. I don't care, it doesn't matter. I show you how to do it this way. This is the way I recommend doing it. You can do it any way you want, but I give you the specs for how to do it this way. All right, so we want to get this lobe up to peak lift. Now you see our little indicator here is going up right there, and we'll go, now there's roughly the top, so we're gonna just go backwards. All right, I want to go basically 50 thousandths before peak lift. We are at 72. So the lobe, it's coming up on the lobe, it's reaching its peak lift. There, now it goes back, and we just need to go back to the exact same number right there, which is 166. So 166 plus 70, what was it? 72? 72. Add those numbers together. 166 plus 72 equals 238. Divide that number by 2. This camshaft is in at 119 degrees of lobe separation. So it is wrong. We're going to advance this camshaft. So advancing the camshaft makes a smaller number, smaller intake center line. Retarding makes a bigger number. So if I tell you to install this camshaft at 106 is probably where we're going to install this at. We need to advance the camshaft 106 13 degrees. All right, so actually I'm going to change my mind up just a little bit. I think we're going to put this in at 108. This is on 110 degrees of lobe separation. So this camshaft is one of our camshaft. camshafts for this engine combination, for the Freedom engine, and 748 lift on the intake and 710 on the exhaust. Like I said, you buy it and we'll show you all the specs on everything that's there. But let's go over here, and so we're going to advance this camshaft. Gotta make sure you don't screw up my... There we go. This little adjuster tool is fairly handy. Alright, so the timing chain stood still, and I moved the camshaft forward. Nope, I moved it the wrong way. My bad. So that would have been a waste of time. We want the camshaft to go forward. Trying not to hit my, there we go. Trying not to hit my wire that I have all set up here. And it's very possible that I might not be able to get enough adjustment out of this. I might have to move this one tooth over, which is possible. So I've just moved this camshaft. This is nice and easy. Haven't moved or changed anything here. Haven't changed our top dead center. Haven't done any of that other crap. So I'm going to go backwards past our start point, which is 50 there. And we are go to 50. We are now, no, I think I still went the wrong way. 70, I did go the wrong way. 77, and 172, yeah, I definitely went the wrong way. Obviously, that's going to be a bigger number. So 77 plus 172 divided by 2.
You gotta add them
Oh,
first.
I gotta add them. 77 plus 172 equals, divided by 2 equals 124. Yep, boo, went the wrong way. So I was right the first time. Alright, so let's go back. I was overthinking it, quite apparently. Let's go back. Oops. Alright, let's try there. Alright, now go all the way back. Okay, that's starting from the beginning. We always want to go in one rotation, so I'm always rotating the same way. So that is now 60. Goes over the top of the lobe, the very peak lift. It comes back down, go back to 50. So it's 60 plus 155. So 60 plus 155 equals 215 divided by 2 is 108, 107.5. I'm gonna leave it right there. Everything retards as it's moving, as it's running. Stuff stretches, moves, and it actually retards itself. So it never advances itself. The camshaft doesn't go forward. It's always getting pulled backwards. So I think that's pretty good. We're going to tighten up all our locking screws here. I'll tighten up one just so we can, it's awkward. So make sure that it doesn't move. Then we'll take all our stuff off here. We're already degreed. So this camshaft is getting degreed right there. So we're going to take all this stuff off. I showed you how to degree the camshaft. Oh,